of cloud computing or the use cases of cloud applications. See, as we know that cloud computing has covered almost all the domains nowadays. So you take healthcare, you take scientific computing, you take um, biological simulations, you take satellite, so and business, everywhere, and even the social networking, e-commerce, everywhere there are applications of cloud computing. Okay, today we'll discuss mainly about scientific applications of cloud computing. Okay, mainly under that, today we start with cloud applications first, then we'll move on to scientific applications. So cloud computing has gained huge popularity in industry due to its ability to host applications whose services can be delivered to customers rapidly at minimal cost. So that means if you develop any application and you want a platform wherein you can host the application by paying very minimal amount. So one such platform is cloud computing, and within no time your application will be launched and it will be made available across the globe. So with that minimal cost, you can deploy. And also at the same time, say for example, when it comes to the mobile applications, if you have developed any mobile applications and if you want to make it available for everyone, so actually it's free. Okay, that's one more advantage. You can host it in Google platform, and only you need to pay in case if you are making it, if you are deploying it for commercial purpose. So in case if you are deploying your application for commercial purpose, then it will be a win-win situation both for the platform provider as well as for you also. So they will also generate some revenue by charging nominal charges for you. At the same time, since you'll be using for commercial purpose, we'll also be generating revenue. So that's another thing. And this chapter discusses various application case studies detailing their architecture and how they leveraged various cloud technologies. Applications from a range of domains from scientific to engineering, gaming, social networking, etc. are considered. Okay. So as we know that you take any domain, so there are applications of cloud. You name anything, you name automobile domain, there are applications of cloud. You name scientific um, simulations, there are applications. Everywhere there are applications, even in gaming as well. So today we'll see what are the scientific applications of cloud computing. Scientific applications are a sector that is increasingly using cloud computing systems and its technologies and supportive technologies. So first of all, we need to understand what are cloud computing systems and technologies. See, cloud computing systems. Uh, system is a system which provides you the services. That is, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So these are the main three types of services. Okay, so we have various vendors who are providing like this um, services. So namely Azure, AWS, that is Amazon AWS, Microsoft Azure, Oracle. We have Oracle Cloud, Google, IBM. So these are the five top vendors who are providing cloud-based services. So along with them, there are so many other providers like Salesforce, Aneka, and so on. Okay, let us see. So what kind of scientific applications are making use of cloud platforms? The immediate benefit seen by researchers and academics is the potentially infinite availability of cloud computing resources and storage at sustainable prices if compared to a complete in-house deployment. See, they're telling that the immediate benefit seen by researchers and academics because of infinite availability of the computing resources. So, see, majorly when we say research or some scientific computing, basically we need huge computing power and the storage. So we need huge computing power to process huge data, and to store that huge data we need data storage. So and if you can achieve it in lesser price in terms of shifting to cloud platform, so that is a great benefit. So see, in case if you are not moving to cloud, then what is the other alternative thing? So the other alternative thing is that you have to maintain on-premise all your resources. So you have to purchase a lot of servers, lot of networking infrastructure, and lot of appropriately software licenses. So that means lot of amount will be spending on these things. Cloud computing systems meet the needs of different types of applications, that is, high performance computing applications, high throughput computing applications, as well as data intensive applications. See, high performance computing applications means already we know that. So, where there is more requirement for CPU. So, where there is more requirement of CPU, we consider them as high performance computing, whereas the main emphasis is on speed, okay, rather than the quality of service. Then wherever you need high throughput, so we have the great application of GPU. That means wherever you are concentrating on throughput, so we rely upon GPU performance rather than CPU performance. And there is one more category that is data intensive application. So wherever you are processing huge data, so such applications are called as data intensive applications. See, so many real-time applications are data intensive applications. Say, for example, radar system. So that is data intensive. So that means the speed with which it process the data and the accuracy that it requires. That is the main thing. So data intensive. And another meaning of data intensive is to process huge data. See, huge data means enterprise level data. When I say enterprise, it contains a lot of, say for example, Tata Enterprise. If I say Tata Enterprise, under the umbrella of Tata Enterprise, there are so many companies. We have Titan, we have Fastrack, we have Tata Motors, we have TCS, like that. Tata Consumer Products. There are so many companies that comes under Tata Enterprises. So when I say the data of Tata Enterprise, it's really huge. Okay, to process that at enterprise level, we need a system, and we call such systems as enterprise level applications. Okay, and that's an example for data intensive application. And another example, if you take um, gene gene simulation, see in biological simulation, see it see it requires a lot of data sets. It's really huge data sets, and at the same time, they also require a lot of processing capability to process huge data sets. And another example, if you take an example of unmanned vehicle, so at an average, within a minute, in within a minute, it will generate 1 terabyte of data from different sensors. So that means you need to understand, even if you calculate per second, it is more than 40 GB. Okay, and when an unmanned vehicle equipped with artificial intelligence is generating more than 40 GB of data per second, then you need to understand so how much data intensive the application is. So, okay, such applications are called as data intensive applications. The opportunity for using cloud resources is even more appealing since minimal changes need to be done to existing applications in order to leverage cloud resources. So that means there is a huge opportunity wherein you can uh, make your applications, currently existing applications, to upgrade to cloud platforms. Say for example, there are two facets in it. Say you have not deployed your application right now on cloud. You can take it to cloud. That is one thing. The another thing is um, to support your application availability, provide certain services. You can depend upon cloud. Okay, that is another thing. So there is a huge opportunity in that direction. Now we'll see what are the healthcare applications. Under that, we consider one specific example, that is ECG analysis. So as you know, ECG means electrocardiogram. So that is one analysis using which we can track the health of your heart. Healthcare is a domain where computer technology has formed several and diverse applications, from supporting their business functions to assisting scientists in developing solutions to cure diseases. An important application is the use of cloud technologies for supporting doctors in providing more accurate diagnosis and treatment. So that means with the invent of internet and making it more powerful by empowering it with cloud facilities. So it has become very easier to monitor the health using cloud-based technologies. Electrocardiogram, data analysis, and monitoring constitutes a case study that naturally fits in this scenario. ECG is the electrical manifestation of the contractile activity of the heart, that is repeated over time, and that represents the heartbeat. See here, the meaning is that, so ECG basically it's an data analysis, and the outcome of that data analysis is a graph, and that graph is a sinusoidal graph, as you all know that it's a sinusoidal waveform. So by observing the patterns of that sinusoidal waveform, the doctor will analyze. So what is the current status of the heart, how it is functioning, whether it is normal or abnormal, or are there any deviations from normal functionality, and such observations will be made by using that sinusoidal waveform generated as an output of ECG test. Cloud computing technologies allow the remote monitoring of the patient's heartbeat data. It can be stored securely in the cloud and analyzed instantly. So this allows the doctors to monitor the patient's heartbeat without needing to physically visit the hospital. And from that, so they will, by using the remote interface, they will connect to the doctors in the hospital, and those reports generated locally will be made available for the doctor to see that report and give suggestions and recommendations. This way of patient at risk can be constantly monitored without going to hospital for ECG analysis. At the same time, doctors and first aid personnel can instantly be notified with cases that require their attention. So it's all actually a great advantage, especially for the people who are staying in remote places. So usually, say for example, if a person gets heart pain, especially when they are some 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers away from the town places, so it is not feasible for them to all the way go to the town. Okay, so go to the town and to consult the doctor and to take the medication. So in that cases, that healthcare centers plays a very crucial role. So by enabling ECG analysis using cloud-based technologies. I think you might have heard about K2O Technologies, which is situated in Bangalore. So they are one of the most advanced companies in ECG analysis.
ಚೇತನಾ,
ಹಾ
ಹಲೋ,
ಪೂರ್ವ ಹೇಳು.
ಏನ್ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್? ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ.
ಏನಂದೆ?
ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರಾ?
ಹಾ ಅದೇ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬರ್ತಾರಾ ಮತ್ತೆ?
ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ರು ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟ್ರಾಗ ಏನು ಹೇಳೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಹಾಯ್ ತೇಜು. ಹಲೋ,
ಹಾಯ್. ಹಾ
ಏನ್
ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ.
ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ.
ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಏನು?
ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಸರ್ಗೂ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ.
ನೋಡೋಣ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ನೋಡೋಣ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು.
ಚಿಂಟು
ಇನ್ನು
ಹೇಳ್ತೇಜು ಇದ್ಯಾ? ಆರಾಮ್ ಕಣೆ, ನೀನು?
ಹಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಸ್?
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಾಡ್ದೆ. ನೀನು?
ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಪೂರ್ವ ನೀನು?
ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಮತ್
ಏನಂತ
ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್
ಇದ್ರು ಸರ್?
ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇನೋ ನಾಗಭೂಷಣ್ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಂತಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ 2 weeks ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್.
ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ಇನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು?
ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ.
ಏನದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಅದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅದೇನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ತೋರ್ಸಕ್ಕಲ್ಲೇ.
ಮಾಡ್ಲೇಬೇಕು, ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಲ್ಲ.
ಏನು?
ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್, ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ 2 weeks ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಅದೇ
ಅವಾಗ
ಲ್ಯಾಬ್
ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್
ಟೆಸ್ಟ್
ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ.
ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು.
ಹಾ.
ಯಾವ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು?
ಯಾವ್ದು, ವೆಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟಾ?
ಅದೇ ತಾನೇ ಈಗ ಸಬ್ಮಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದಿ ಸರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
ಆನ್ಲೈನ್
ವೀಕ್
ವೆಬ್
ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಶಾಪ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್.
ಓ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ.
ನೀವು?
ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್.
ಸೇಮ್ ಬರತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದೇ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ರಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ.
ಹೌದಾ?
ಹಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವರು.
ನಾನ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಂದ್ರು ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ?
ಆ ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಮೇ ಬಿ
ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ
ಬ್ಯಾಚ್
ಹೋಗೋ
ವೈಸ್
ಥರನಾ?
ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು.
ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗದಾ? ಆನ್ಲೈನ್
ಹಾ
ಕ್ಲಾಸ್
ಹಾ ಹಾ
ಬಂದ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಹೋಗೋದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆನೆ. ಬಟ್
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೇ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಗೆ?
ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂತಾರ, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲಲ್ವಾ?
ಅದು ಯಲಹಂಕದಲ್ಲೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆಯಂತೆ.
ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ.
ಕೇಸಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇನ್ನು. ಇವ್ರು ಈ
ಅದೇನು
ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ.
ನಮ್
ಇಂಟರ್
285 ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಬಸ್.
ಈ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೂ ಮನೇಲಿರೋರು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರಾ ಹೇಳು?
ಅದು ನಾವು 285 ಬಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಚೇತು?
ಹಾ ಅದೇ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು.
ಒಂದ್ ಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಜನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ನಾವ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗೋ ಅಷ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಡೈಲಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗೋ ಅಷ್ಟ್ರಲ್ಲಿ.
ಒಂದ್ ಬಸ್ಸು 2 ಬಸ್ಸು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮುಗೀತು ಕತೆ.
ಅದೇ.
ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿತಾ ಬಂತು. ನನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ನಡೀತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರಿಗೆ.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರೆ.
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್
ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ 1 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು.
ಮತ್ತೆ
ಅದೇ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಅಂತ. ನಮ್ಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಕ್ಲೌಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟಿಂಗ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ.
ಯಾ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗೀತಾ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್
ಅವ್ರ
ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೋ.
ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಅವ್ರು
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೆಲಂಗಾಣ ಆ ಥರದಲ್ಲಿ UGಗೆ ಮತ್ತು PGಗೆಲ್ಲ
ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್
ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ಸ್.
ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಇಯರ್ದು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ಸ್
ನೋಡ್ದೆ
ತಗೊಂಡು.
ನಾನು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ, ಏನೋ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ.
ಬಟ್
ನಮ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಡೌಟ್ ಕಣೆ, ಹೇಳೋದಾಗಲ್ಲ.
BTO ಅಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ.
ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಮಧು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು.
ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ವಂತೆ.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು.
ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಾ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಇದೇ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ?
ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ನಾನು ಲೇಟಾಗಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ, ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಮತ್ತೇನು ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ.
ನಾನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ 12 o'clock ನೋಡಿದೆ, ಯಾರು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ ಸರ್ ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಇದ್ರು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಏನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಯಾರೋ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗೋಣ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ದೆ.
ನಾನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹನಿ ಮಾತ್ರನೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹನಿ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದು, ನಾನು ಇದೀನಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದೆ.
ಇನ್ನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸರ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ.
ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇರಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ.
ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ.
Hello. Hello.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
When it got disconnected?
10 minutes back, sir.
Oh, I didn't know only. I was
We are here only, sir.
okay. What about this ECG analysis?
Sir?
What about this slide? ECG analysis?
PPT not visible, sir.
Yeah, 1 minute. I'm sharing. Okay. Did I explain this? This slide? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
so
sir.
I'll start from here. So this slide represents the conceptual representation of ECG analysis and its integration with cloud computing. So basically we have two major components here. One is the user component, where user is connected with the ECG sensor, and the second component is a cloud component. So, and third thing is the user interacting with the health monitoring system and indirectly connecting to the cloud computing platform. So in the user module, you have multiple sensors connected to the user, and it is empowered with Bluetooth and data communication and processor module and the sensor module. So that sensor module is responsible for sensing the heartbeat and sending that data to the ECG data analysis. So which will in turn generate the sinusoidal waveforms, using which the um, uh, doctor can come to know so what is the status of the health of your heart. So, and you can see the first step is to connect that ECG sensor to the patient, and the second step is to make a request to the cloud platform to generate the sinusoidal waveform. Okay, which is, so for that you need a software. So that is nothing but the ECG data analyzer, which will be provided as software as a service. Okay, so given that by taking that heartbeat as the input data, this ECG data analyzer will generate the sinusoidal waveform. And the next thing is okay. So this remote interface, that is, basically you'll be using one computer or an device empowered with the internet to connect with the network. So basically you need a dynamic scalable runtime to run the application, and security is very much important. So why? Because you will be sending sensitive information from patient end to the doctor end. So in between, no intruder should hack your information. At the same time, doctor will be sending prescriptions or the recommendations to the patient. So during this phase, the end-to-end security is very much important. And you can also see there is a role for uh, infrastructure as a service. So that means you need storage services and networking services. So for that purpose, so we need all these three services. So SAS provides the software module which can generate the sinusoidal waveform, and the PAS. So that provides dynamic runtime for your for that application to run, and it also provides security and infrastructure as a service. This module provides networking and communication related infrastructure, so that the application will be up and running. And here you can see large number of large number of users which are availing the health monitoring services. At the same time, indirectly they are also connected to the cloud computing. Okay, this is a conceptual diagram of ECG analysis. Even though remote ECG monitoring doesn't necessarily require cloud technologies, cloud computing introduces opportunities that would be otherwise hardly available. See, it is not mandatory for everyone, for every health monitoring center to have cloud computing. Actually, I think most of the people are doing it without being connected to the cloud computing. See, if that is the case, the company who is providing that ECG remote service, so they'll be hosting the all the required softwares and infrastructure, and they'll be providing the service to the hospitals. So it is not mandatory to have an to get integrated with the cloud computing. But the advantage is that, first of all, the elasticity. The moment you say you are hosting, you are depending upon the cloud. So it is your complete infrastructure is scalable. That is the elasticity. Infrastructure that can grow and shrink according to the requests served. Say what happens in case if you are not depending upon the cloud, if you are having all the resources on premise, then it all depends upon the capacity of your resources. That will decide to how many patients you can provide the service. Second thing is ubiquity. See, ubiquity means see you can connect to the cloud just by using any computer device empowered with the browser. So that is the ubiquity. So anytime you can get connected to the cloud computing. Cloud computing technologies have now become easily accessible and promise to delivery systems with minimum or no downtime. So if you rely on cloud computing, the downtime can be very negligible, very minimum, or even it can be zero downtime also. Computing systems hosted in the cloud are accessible from any internet device through simple interfaces, that is SOAP and REST-based web services. That means the functionalities are implemented as web services. Just by using the browser and the internet, you can access the services. This makes not only these systems ubiquitous, but they can also be easily integrated with other systems maintained in the hospital premises. So in the hospital premises, if you are maintaining any other software components that can be integrated with this, so that is the major advantage of going with cloud. So and lastly, cost savings constitute another reason. Okay, as the number of patients increases, you can go for a better pricing model, thus decreasing the overall cost. Cloud services are priced on a pay-per-use basis and with volume, that means with increased number of patients, prices in case of large number of service requests. These two models provide a set of flexible options that can be used to price the service, thus actually charging costs based on effective use rather than capital costs. So that means you can avoid all the capital investments. Okay, that's all about ECG analysis. So through this example, we came to know what is the role of cloud computing and how the cloud computing can provide health-based services. And one such use case application is ECG analysis. And the diagram, whatever you are seeing here, that is nothing but the conceptual diagram. Okay. And from examination perspective, the major thing is that, see, so many diagrams you are seeing in the PPT. Actually, you cannot draw it exactly like that. Okay, just you can put one stick and you can call it as patient. Okay, and here users, just you can put one block, rectangular block, and you can tell it so multiple users. So you need to be cautious while representing the diagrams when you are writing, when you are using those diagrams to answer the questions. That is a very important thing that you need to know. So given the, because it is highly impossible to redraw the diagrams as it is. Okay, that is one thing I expect you to remember. That's all from today's class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.